quick.
Okay.
Okay, so you're a director.
Mm-hmm.
You're an overall artist.
Mhm.
You paint.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Micaiah?
For some reason, we understand one another. The artist is an artist. We get each other. Settle for that. She goes after what she wants, but God redirected me somewhere else, and I met completely new people. It's real ghetto out here without God. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Convos with Kenni and Rio. I'm Kenni, and today we have a very lovely guest, the one, the only late night creator.
Hi, how are you, girl?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
I'm good. We're alive. We're blessed.
We're blessed.
Yes, ma'am. Always.
I want to say I love your lashes.
Thank you.
Like, I've been talking about this whole time when out there, I'm like, her lashes look very...
Thank you. Listen, Amazon, honey, I'm all about a budget.
Just balling on the budget.
On a budget, honey. Yes, these are my go-to, literally.
They look great.
Thank you, girl.
I wanted to talk to you today, mainly because when I first met her, y'all, I followed her on Instagram and I was like, wait a minute, she can paint. She cannot just, it's not just like, I casually do this. Like, the main thing that I noticed about you is that you have a very advanced skill when it comes to blending. Blending is like your specialty, in my opinion.
Oh.
And you don't see that a lot.
Well, I mean, it definitely takes time, and then especially with acrylic, because I am a acrylic-based painter. But I'm trying to master it even more because I also follow like my peers and other artists on Instagram who has like mastered acrylic blending. Because most people use like blending with oil paint.
Exactly.
But I haven't tapped into oil paint yet. Maybe one day I will. Maybe I don't know. But I love acrylic because, like, even if you mess up, it can dry and you can go right back over it.
And that makes it fun. I just tapped in the oil recently. It takes like 2 days to dry.
Really?
A little bit, but also it feels so smooth to the touch, though.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like blending foundation.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to do that because I just started a piece and like I'm just going over it, layering like the shadows and the highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like noticing how fast it dries. Of course, I'm like, dang, it's drying so fast. It's like adding texture. And it's like the more that you add to the paint, it's like layer on top of layer on top of layer on top of layer. Instead of it just being
Beyonce?
Oh no, I finished Beyonce.
You finished Beyonce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's dive into that. Like, okay, so she paints, and you have a lot of celebrities, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I started off. I started when I was like 13 or 12.
Painting?
Just drawing. Period. When
Yeah.
I like noticed like I like to draw. I started off with cartoon characters. So I'm like, okay, this is easy. No. Just doing, with pencil and paper, yada, yada, yada. But then I start to tap into drawing people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God. It definitely like challenged me, but I just love how the human body and its features is formed, basically. And then it's like everybody is completely different.
Yeah.
And I just love that. So the first person I ever drew was Michael Jackson.
Really?
You look at that now, trash.
I bet it wasn't.
I mean, at my age, you can tell who it is. I mean, at that age, you can tell who it is. But, like, I need to redo it to see, like, the progress from, like, 12, 13 all the way up to my age now. But I started off with Michael Jackson. And I did it pencil for a long time. And then I started to tap into color pencil so I can, like, learn colors and stuff like that. But I'm honestly still trying to master it because I'm a self-taught artist.
Really?
So I had to learn like color theory and stuff like that. I have taken a couple classes in college, but I know I need more to tap into and also like focus hard on so I can like master it because I'm trying very hard to master besides like color theory, skin tone.
Yeah.
Skin and melanated skin tone at that.
It's not the easiest thing. Like, there's so many underlayers. Like there's pinks, there's green, there's blues, and like maybe a little bit red under there.
Right.
But you want the brown to still make sense.
Exactly.
Like you don't want it to turn blue real quick. Like that's not what you need. I was humble recently because I added way too much blue, and it just was like the brown left me.
I was on TikTok live last night, putting down my layers. Child. I was like, oh, I gotta end this live right quick. It's not coming out.
So what are you currently working on right now? What's your
okay, so
most
right
recent
now,
painting?
well, you know how we talked, and I was telling you how like I was in like a funk as a creative person living on Earth in America.
Yeah.
So you know, just working 9 to 5 is just like, oh my god, it's draining. So it's like I haven't been doing it forever as an artist, but I feel like, you know, I have been doing it for a while. It's like, you know, trying to figure out what my purpose is in life, but also with my art, because I feel like without art, there's no me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I'm not doing it, then I'm not living.
Yeah.
So I just took like, it felt like a month. I guess it was like 2 to 3 weeks. Out of nowhere. I literally yesterday, I'm somewhat coming out of my funk.
Yeah.
So I've just been honestly sketching stuff on my iPad. So what I'm doing, what I am noticing about me as an artist is that I need to create art that is impactful to people.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, some people, you know, create fun pieces and stuff like that. I feel like just me in my journey as a human on Earth, I need to create stuff that a lot of people don't talk about, especially in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I have like, I think I'm gonna do like either 6 or 7 pieces that represent life right now, which right now is like, I feel confused right now.
Yeah.
Confused. I feel like I'm in between the old me and the new me. I feel like God is making me be still as well, trying to know the difference between His voice and like not His voice and stuff like that, and also trying to find my purpose of my existence as well. So right now, it's honestly, of course, humans. I love drawing people.
Yeah.
But this new piece that I haven't came out with the name just yet, but it's basically a woman. She's naked, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And she has her afro out, represent, period.
She's like, because we're natural over here.
Okay. You know, so she's honestly just sitting in the corner of a room. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want to like have like the sun coming down on her.
Like the rays?
Mm-hmm. So I haven't decided yet, but it's honestly like the piece represents quietness and stillness with oneself. Because I feel like once you, when you sit alone, it's when you hear a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What I feel like. So, yeah, that's me in my life. I'm like, it's a lot because I feel like I'm telling a lot of my life. And it's like,
yeah.
My best friend says that I'm very, like I tell it how it is. Like I'm very blunt. But I also feel like I'm also private as well. Yeah. And me pouring my life into art and just honestly telling my business.
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
It's very risky, but I feel like my purpose is also to tell my story because it could be someone else's story that doesn't know what it looks like.
Right.
Just like how music, people put words to form that sometimes I can't put into words, or like dance and stuff like that. So with me, I'm honestly just taking what I'm going through right now of being a 27-year-old woman, Black woman at that in America, trying to find herself, feeling lost, trying to listen to God, shedding old me, and honestly finding a new me because I don't know who she is. But yeah.
To be real, I've only known you for like a year?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm seeing you evolve.
Oh, you think so?
I know so. I've watched you. I feel like even when I just like watch your art videos and things like that, even you talk about art, like you like, I feel like you are here to inspire. Even with me, y'all, I was in the funk in art, and you were one of the people who told me, who was like, no, like just keep trying, keep working on it. And then out of the blue one day, I just started drawing again.
Yeah,
I started painting again. Like you said, it like. Just be still for a second, calm yourself, listen, and try to take in what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. I feel like whoever, you know, the next level of Micaiah, aka Lena Creator will be, I think you're already walking in your purpose because at least to other artists like myself, and And those I talk to at work too, like who, you know, like they, I think they kind of look up to you as like somebody who was like inspiring other artists to be them.
Really?
Yeah. So I feel like if there's the next level you that you're like in between, you're probably closer to her than you anticipated.
Listen, don't tell me that.
I have to.
I'm trying to grab her because it's like, and it's also like the 20s is ghetto. Okay.
Whew.
The 20s is ghetto.
We're basically the same age. I'm 28.
Yeah.
20,
I'm 28 this year.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, we're youthful. We're still finding ourselves. But it's like, when God, even though we don't know, we know what we want. Mm-hmm. But God knows the final say so.
Right.
And it's like, me, particularly as an artist, or, you know, you as an artist as well. Yeah. I'm not sure if y'all feel this way as well. But it's like when you know, or when God give you a talent that you didn't ask for.
Right.
You want it so bad to be in it. Because it's like I said, without art, there is no me. Mm-hmm. I remember one time, I was like, just thinking about life and everything we have to go through. It's like, if I did not have art, or if there was no such thing as art, I don't know if I even want to be here. That's how much I live with art.
You know what I realized too? I found myself depressed for a little bit a couple years back, and then I put two and two together that I was like neglecting the artist in me, and I wasn't.
Yeah,
like my pictures of me, anything about me in the past looked at me. I looked just down, sad, and I was like, I wonder what the difference of that was. I wasn't painting, drawing, anything like that. Yeah. So I want to know. So a lot of people deal with like creative blocks, like artist block. I'm like, what does that look like for you? How do you overcome it? If it's not already just being still.
Well, besides, the thing with stillness is like, there's like, for me, there's like pros and cons with being still.
Okay,
what's the way? The pros is the fact that when you do the work, you start to see the results. And the work is more so in like praying,
right?
Writing, journaling, blocking negativity out. When you do that type of work, getting up, brushing your teeth in the morning, cooking and stuff like that, like pouring into yourself, you start to see the pros. Whereas being still, not doing anything, allowing me overthinking, allowing negative thoughts, doubts, fears to take over everything, which can take away creativity even more. So yeah, I have to make sure that I motivate myself, or not even just motivate, because sometimes motivation, I'm learning, will not be there at all. Yeah. But as long as you do it, it'll snap back into place. And what I've learned for me to snap back into place, I have like 2 accounts on Instagram, personal account, but also my art account. Once I go into my art account, there's nothing but artists. Like literally.
Yeah.
I don't follow like no celebrities and nothing like that. I don't see nothing but paint. Or even like photography and stuff like that. So I just looking to see what people doing. I'm like, oh my God, that's dope. I love that. I'm just liking stuff. It's like, it gives me like the fire. And it's like, if they can do it, so can I.
Right.
Like, you never know until you try. So that is a good one. Like I said, praying, reading. I've been, this year I started reading the Bible. Never really read the Bible growing up. But again, when God sits you down alone, you got to put 2 and 2 together. For me, get closer to God. And it has definitely helped out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, going outside, getting some fresh air.
It really helps.
Yes.
Something so simple, but like a little breeze, some sunlight.
It's so cliche.
It is. But it's real.
It's very real. Like, when I was, you say you was depressed and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was going through the funk for like a month straight, like, going to work, coming home, eating fast food, laying down, repeat. But the moment like I'm off, I go outside, get some sun rays and stuff like that. I come home and I'm like, ooh, I want to create. I want to do something. You know, I feel very active. So, yeah, that's how I try to motivate myself and stay into the creativity once, you know, the funk hits and the creative block hits and stuff like that. And I also will say with creative block, I'm not sure how other artists is inspired because we have so many different types of art, like abstract stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, like I said, I'm noticing and what people love about, well, what people get most excited about my art is the fact that I create art that basically create an emotion out of my audience. My main thing with my art is I want people to look at my art or view it, directing and stuff like that.
Right.
I want people to look at it and walk away feeling some type of way, whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether like it's making you do like some thought-provoking questions on yourself and stuff like that. As long as you're like impacted some kind of way, that makes me happy. It's like, okay, I know I did my job, basically. Yeah.
On your Instagram, correct me if I'm wrong, it says like, can I make you feel?
Yeah, do you mind if I make you feel? Yeah.
Yeah. I instantly thought of like a poet.
Really?
I thought about like, spoken word like on stage, and that was the first thing they opened up. And then when I read that, and I was like, that's a good tone setter.
Oh, thank you.
It sets the tone for like, if you're here in my space,
mm-hmm.
I'm inviting you to feel.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because I honestly, at first, I had something else. It was like the essence of like, I have a long art biography, but at first it was like the essence of Black people and stuff like that, making them feel. But then out of nowhere, after a time, stuff starts to click, boom, 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 boom. Out of nowhere, it's like, do you mind if I make you feel? Like, one of my main things as well is creating not a black space, a safe space for Black people.
Right.
Because we don't really have too much of that.
Right.
And we have to ignore so many emotions to stay strong and fight every day. So it's like, do you mind if I make you feel with my art? And it's like,
just for a little minute.
I might talk about some things that make you feel uncomfortable, but maybe that you being uncomfortable will make you heal in some way, make you smile in some way and stuff like that. Make you inspired in some kind of way with the things that you got going.
It gives people permission to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're right, like in our community, it's not only uncommon to express yourself without it being like fun and dancing and stuff. Like just to like deeply feel something, it's like either frowned upon in some spaces or just don't feel safe.
Right.
So I think it's needed that we just need to let people have just a place or an outlet to just release.
Right.
In a way they may not have ever experienced. Right. Like a paintbrush to a lot of people of color is like foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like almost like a luxury, and if you think about it, to be able to sit and like paint like to some people's minds, but like it really is such it kind of is accessible. We don't think of it as that.
Right.
Because it feels out of touch from what we're used to being raised, anything like that. So like people don't really know that it's an option for them. But like maybe watching your videos or seeing your paintings on Instagram, they're like, oh wait, she looks like me. Maybe we could like,
Yeah, that's true. Definitely, because growing up, like, being in school, of course, it's not promoted to do so.
Right.
Yeah. So I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that because it feels like, me come out of my funk. It's like, what is my purpose? What like I've been like not questioning God, but I've been like, what am I doing here? What am I supposed to do with something that you gave me? Like, I didn't ask for this. It chose me.
Unpopular opinion, I think it's okay to question God.
Yeah.
Not in a defiant way,
but
to just really be like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we're just born and we're taught, and then you have to kind of circle back to yourself and to God and just kind of sit with each other within and just figure out, like, okay, I'm here for something.
Right.
That's foggy. It's blurry. That's the question. And I'm sitting here like, I can't see. Like, what do you want me to do? Yeah. And especially when it comes to being an artist, it's like, it's so much noise now with social media and trying to find yourself and trying to compare yourself to the next person and actually support the next person. Like to be able to look at your art and not compare it to mine is like, that's tough.
Very.
And it's like, people don't talk about that, but like, you need to, I think it's important to find a relationship with God and whatever that looks like, universe, God, spirit, whatever. I don't, you know, I don't think it really matters. I think it's like you find like who or what helps you hone into yourself and figure that out, because like you, at least with me, I have an example. I'm more abstract, as I think you know. Like, I'm more like...
Good girl. The last piece you came in with, I was like, ooh.
I gotta show you the next thing. You're gonna like it. On camera, I'll show you that. But, like, the thing about abstract that's kind of hard for me, but why I keep going back to it is because it's like, it's a God thing for me. Okay. Because it's like, I've been such a perfectionist for so long in my life that it's like, I'm trying to trust the immediate next step, and I'm sketching the art out with pen. So, like, if I make a mistake, I have to trust, okay, it wasn't a mistake. Like, and I know it's just a line, but it's like, it's a feeling that I'm trying to follow, like, okay, the next step is this.
Right.
You can't erase it.
Yeah.
You have to follow what that path was, accept it, and accept what is your next step with it, and then try to make it a cohesive thing. Yeah. You know?
That's different.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, because I've always, like... especially when you're finding yourself as an artist, like, what kind of art do I like? This and that. And it's like, my brain cannot process it. I can look at abstract art and know what's going on, but me trying to create it, kudos to you. Because I always like, how do they even, like you said, put the lines together to make it this image? Within maybe the last week or two, like I said, I took like 3 weeks of just being still myself recently, because I was just confused and I don't really know what to do. For real, I was like, I'm ready to make art again. Yeah, what's that look like? But it's been healing. Yeah, it's been really healing. Not bad. Yeah. We found the same journey.
That's probably why we started talking in the first place. Because I was like, wait a minute, how do you?
Yeah,
I do want to ask. Okay, so like, it's time to create. Okay, what does it look like? We have, what is your creative space? Like, how do you settle into yourself and get ready to create something? Okay,
so the way my day starts off, first off, the way Late Night Creative came about is the fact that maybe you can understand, but my creativity does not activate, unfortunately, until 11, maybe 10, 11, 12 at night. Right. And prior to me being an adult, I could honestly go from that time all the way up to maybe 6 in the morning. Literally just sitting there going until it's done. So,
until it's done?
Until it's done. Okay. I could sit for like 8 hours and finish a piece if I wanted to. But with life and working, that, it doesn't work that way anymore. So you have to, pace it and stuff like that. But that's how Late Night Creative came about. During the whole day, it's crazy. I try to like paint during the daytime. For some reason, it doesn't hit as well as it does at night. So during the day, I'm honestly like working or running errands and stuff like that, eating, relaxing, watching a little TV, a little social media, and then at night, I have like in my place, I have my couch, but then I also have like a little area with my art and like my easels and stuff like that. So I just have like the easel sitting with the piece that I'm currently working on. And what I'll do is I'll plug my speaker up. I get some music pumping. If I'm doing a celebrity, what helps me be inspired is I play that celebrity's music. So when I was doing Beyonce, I was playing Beyonce music.
Was it like Renaissance or was it like?
It was all throwback.
It was the whole radio.
It was Lemonade. It was the Renaissance.
Lemonade is.
It was B-Day. It was all of that. It was a little Destiny's Child. It was all of that. And next thing you know, boom. I think I finished that one in like 2 days.
How big is that one?
It's like a 12 by 12. So it's like, honestly, that big.
Why did it look so big?
Because the picture's on there.
When I tell you, I just knew that was like...
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that would have been dope. This definitely with the details if you look at it, but it's really small.
Wow. Yeah. I really was like, she has a big old payment Beyonce.
Well, honestly, I have...
I did.
I honestly have like a couple of small canvases that I had, just blank canvases. I'm like, let me just, in between this little funk and stuff and me trying to figure out my next pieces, let me just do a couple celebrities. So I did Beyonce, and now I gotta finish Rihanna. I haven't finished her yet, but she will get finished soon. But yeah, besides that, I have my pieces that I have up. I'll plug some music in, get some vibe. What also helped me as well is jazz music.
Right. No. I know what you mean by that. Because there's no words.
It's just instruments.
Yeah.
I used to play the trumpet.
Tell us about this trumpet.
I played it.
Do you still play?
I do not.
Do you want to?
No.
Okay, no, it's over.
My daddy wants me to so bad, but no. I played it from 6th grade to 12th grade. I didn't do marching band. I was not about that life.
No.
I was not about that life. I tried to do it, but no. I was just doing, I forgot the name of it. Is it symphonic band? I think that's what it's called. It's symphonic band. So yeah, I did band. Yeah, it definitely gave me an ear for music when I listen to it. So if I listen to music, like I hear every piece of the music. I'm like, oh, I hear that, and I hear that, and I love it. And it's like it feeds me. I'm like, oh my god, this is beautiful. But yeah, I did that for 7 years. So yeah, it just honestly adds to me being an artist. Like I love all kinds of art. Like.
You really are very, like, multidimensional. I don't know a ton about you as a director, but I'm curious.
Yeah. Oh, I directed 3 pieces back in COVID. I had somebody who I knew from school who reached out to me, and she saw that I had directed my first play in college. So, you know, after I graduated, she reached out, COVID hit, and she was like, hey, do you mind if you help me, direct my pieces? I'm like, oh girl, I never did film before. I'm a little nervous. In between that time, I did go take a couple of classes on directing or just film period to learn more in depth about film.
Yeah.
But then, boom, I knocked the door down. I did my first film. Then we worked again. Unfortunately, I don't think the third one came out of post-production, but the first 2 are on YouTube. If you want the link, I will definitely let you see that so you can give me some feedback.
We can link it on here.
Oh, period.
If that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can do that.
That was back in 2020 and 2021. I did take a break because of like life situations and stuff like that. Mentally, I'm in a better space now. So I'm honestly just trying to get back into my directing bag besides art. Because I have some ideas that's like, I feel like we need as Black people in our community and stuff like that.
For directing?
Directing, but also just like film. Because I honestly, my art, I want us to feel with the images, and I feel like with my film, I want us to have the opportunity to experience different types of film that we don't have the opportunity to. Like some of my favorite movies and stuff is majority white. It's a couple of Black people, but it's majority white, and it's like, dang, how will we look in that type of space?
You have an example of a movie?
I love Back to the Future.
Okay.
So I love magical type of things. I love romance as well, and I also love comedy as well. But I love magical stuff. So I like Back to the Future. The Grinch, of course. I mean, nobody can do the Grinch like Jim Carrey, the GOAT.
But he's an artist for real too.
Right. But it's like even us stepping into that type of having the entire makeup done and stuff like that, stepping into another world. It's like, oh, we don't get to see that. And also like Harry Potter and like Twilight and stuff like that. It's like, oh, what will we look like in that type of space?
So that's where you're headed.
Yeah. I want to dive into that. Yeah.
I mean, hit me up. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, because imagine being a little kid, watching Twilight, and then everybody's Black. That's a different type of experience.
Exactly. And it's like, we all have a human experience, but our experience is completely different.
Yeah.
Like how will we respond to certain things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also want to create film that is also unfortunately I am a very thought-provoking being and creative as well, but thought-provoking pieces for our generation. As in like millennial and stuff like that, because social media has definitely have a chokehold on us.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of opinions and stuff like that, and I definitely want to adapt into, get us together because we gotta be strong.
Did you snatch us?
We gotta get it together.
Get together.
We're doing good, but in certain areas, it's like we gotta, work it back.
Okay, let's redirect really quick. Okay, so you're a director.
Mm-hmm.
You're an overall artist.
Mm-hmm.
You paint.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Micaiah? Who's Micaiah?
It's Micaiah? Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a good question. Who is Micaiah? Oh, Micaiah. I am, like I said, in between old and new. Lovable, like I go hard for, honestly, if you be around me, you see how hard and passionate I am about the things that I love.
Yeah. Things
that I don't care about don't exist. Like, it exists, but it doesn't exist to me. I'm still trying to find the new me, of course, being my age and stuff like that. I honestly, my existence as a whole, I just want to inspire, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as long as I inspire, the day that I do leave Earth, my job is done.
Right.
Yeah. But besides that, quirky stuff. My favorite animal.
Hello, what is it? Okay, favorite animal, favorite color.
Okay.
And texture.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Favorite animal, very odd, but I love them. Otters.
Aren't they cute?
They are so adorable.
They just lay on their back and like...
They just look so squishy and stuff like that. I love otters. Favorite color, blue standard, but the older that I am getting, I realize that I love turquoise and teal.
They're like relaxing.
Right? It's like flowing and stuff like that. And texture, I guess fluffy and soft. Because I feel relaxed. A lot of the times, I guess this is getting into me. Growing up, I was a very anxious kid.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't talk.
Yeah.
Well, I talked, but I stayed to myself. Even in my household, I honestly stayed to myself. I'm the youngest of 4 girls. So having older sisters, and then all of us, all of us being fire signs at that as well. Mm-hmm. I honestly, like, growing up, I felt like my voice didn't matter.
Right.
And like nobody understood me. Even to this day, I still feel like nobody understands me or gets me. But I'm okay with that now because I'm comfortable within me. But yeah, growing up, I was quiet. I had anxiety just because of like life situations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was afraid to speak up for myself. But out of nowhere, I think around the age of like 15 to 16, in high school, my favorite idol is Nicki Minaj.
Me too. She's like leader of.
Nicki Minaj, okay? Most people be like, oh, but she has impacted me into a place where I am who I am today. Like, seeing her stand up for herself. She doesn't settle for less. She goes after what she wants. I witnessed her start from nothing all the way to having a household name that'll last forever. So I'm like, if she can do it,
right, so
can I. So that kind of put fire under me. It's like, now I speak up for myself. Like, I'm gonna speak up if it needs to be. You know, I pick your battles, but I do speak up for myself. I go after what I go after, even if sometimes fear is in the way. College as well, it helped me as well. I told myself, I went to Clark.
Right.
Yeah. I went to Clark. I was terrified. I was nervous
to go there.
Just to go there, but also being in a space that I wasn't used to. Being around people that I wasn't used to. I thought going to college is like, I'm gonna go to school with my friends. But God redirected me somewhere else, and I met completely new people.
Right.
But these new people that I do meet, I met my best friends there. And I also met so many other creative people as well who go as hard as me, and basically like family right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I joined the CAU Players. It's like our theater group in Clark. I honestly forced myself. Like when I tell you, I was shy.
When you first got there.
Just at that age period when I was very shy. Like if it wasn't for me taking those steps, I would not be doing this right now. I promise you.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I was terrified. But I don't know, maybe it was God. Honestly, like I started like auditioning for plays and stuff like that. Mind you, I don't act. I thought I wanted to act until I, discovered directing. But I'm auditioning for plays. I'm getting myself out there. Being uncomfortable, but being okay with being uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable leads to newness.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's me. I used to be full of anxiety, but now I'm honestly allowing God to reveal what He wants for me and being okay with that.
And then following it.
Yeah, because I don't want to do it alone.
Okay. I don't.
It's real ghetto out here without God. I can tell you that.
I can second that. Can I second that for you? Okay. Final question.
Yes, ma'am.
I would assume we have a lot of artists that are going to be looking into this. So, to our young artists, to our newer artists, to our old artists, what would you leave them with advice to pursue the art career in this day and age?
Don't let the noise of social media take you off your path. That's like the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody's quick fame could, make you feel like, oh, no, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, nothing is working, yada yada. But what's for you will be for you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else's path is not yours. It's not how your life is going to go. Besides that, when you're feeling down, allow yourself rest. I've been having to teach myself to be still, to the point where I don't make myself be still. God makes me be still.
Right.
Literally. Especially for all communities, but also for our community. When you're battling with your inner thoughts, it's okay to release them and not hold them in, because your inner thoughts is like your biggest competition. And sometimes your inner thoughts is the devil trying to keep you from following your path of your life and where God wants you to be.
The inner thoughts can take up space that you could use that space to create. Exactly. Where God wants us to, but in there you have fear and stuff. It's like, oh, you can't do it. Da, da, da. Yeah. Besides that, when you don't feel inspired when you don't feel inspired as a creative, it's good to put yourself around other creative people, because we all get each other, even though we all have different lives. For some reason, we understand one another, and I definitely found a home. It's like, oh, artists with some artists, we get each other, and it helps so much.
Growing up, I honestly I have people in my family that do art, here and there, but different kind of arts. But I feel like me, I'm deep into the art. That's why I always maybe felt like I was understood and felt like the oddball.
Right.
But as creative people, we find, a home here. So definitely put yourself around creativity. It sometimes probably can be hard to find a home in other people. Find a home within yourself. Be okay with yourself. But also find people that you can be okay with being yourself around.
Your full self.
Yeah. Fully. Because they say us as creative people, we're different.
We are. We're just a little different, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, being still, putting yourself around other creative people, talking to God or whoever, you know, that you, universe, God or whoever. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I do. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I want to personally thank you for coming here today, for not only showing up, but also like just being an inspiration to me. And I said at the beginning, like, you really have helped me on my Texas journey this year. Like, I wasn't moving with art for a minute until I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you even knew that.
I did not. I thought you was already into it. Like, you just honestly doing it.
In different ways, but not in the way that I felt like I needed to be. Does that make sense? Like, I had to just, like, pull it out of myself, and you really helped me a lot this year. So
I'm glad, you know, that I could do that for you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, with life, we can't let art die. We have to keep it going.
Yeah.
Especially our art.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people try to make it disappear.
Okay.
And now art matters.
It matters.
Yeah. But thank you for having me.
Of course. Where can we find you?
Well, not all social media, but I usually post on Instagram, Late Night Creator. I do have TikTok, Late Night Creator 07, but that's where I usually go live because TikTok allows me to be in my zone with music, and Instagram is like, no. So if you want to catch a live of me live painting, I do go live on TikTok and also YouTube at Late Night Creator on YouTube as well. I have the full videos of me creating pieces, and I'm honestly going to start going deeper into my videos with like introducing the pieces and letting people know what it represents and stuff like that.
Like really in depth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be ready.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be ready.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate y'all, you know, having me here.
Thank you.
You love two lovely people. I love y'all energy. I really do. Y'all really inspire me too, because y'all came suited and booted. Y'all got the whole look. Y'all got it together, and y'all just keep going. It's gonna work. Literally.
Thank you.
Yes, because I got y'all notifications on YouTube. I do.
See, because that's what I need. It's all about support. Okay, yes, we need that.
Oh, look at that! I'm posted.
You're
posted
today. You know that?
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, she's painting, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you for watching Kenni and Rio. Convos, Kenni and Rio. Thank you for letting my creator to come in here and hang out with us and bless with her space and her energy today. We will see you all next time. Bye.